welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Angela Montoya, author and co-editor of Jingle These Bells, along with my co-editor, Melanie Schubert.
Woo! Do you know what's ridiculous? Just now, I completely forgot. Now that I do the split screen, I was like, do I have to make a noise so it comes to me? But no, it's two of us. We're always on
Okay.
screen together these days.
Good. Okay,
So
because I
she's
was like
here.
dead silent when they were showing the Dork Diaries. I was dead silent because I was like, I need it to be on the screen, but it's on there already.
It's
Okay.
always on. Where look, I have sometimes I'm like, like because it's sometimes nice to have the break of being off screen and knowing someone else is on screen. You can just like pick your nose or whatever if you have to. But it's also very convenient for when you forgot your copy, and here she is right here. Look at
She's
her. I
gorgeous.
just
Oh
am
my
ready to
gosh.
show her off at the drop of a hat. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. Well, you've got plenty.
I do, but
You've
as
got
you'll
plenty.
see, the ones from up there gone.
Oh,
So,
you've been out here
so
networking.
yeah, so at least I took 10 copies with me to Katya's Halloween party. So I was kind of
Amazing.
like, yeah, because Katya's the one, I don't know if I said this on the pod already, but Katya's the one who connected me with Tracy, and
Yeah.
they've known each other for much longer. And yeah, she's so cute though. She was like, oh, she's like, only give me how many you think I should have. I was like, you can have as many as you want. You're in the anthology number one. Second of all, you set this up and we wouldn't even have the books if it wasn't for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we thought, I was just like basically like, if you can find homes for them, I'm going to give you more. Like, it's not like I am trying to hold on to all of these, as glorious as they are. But yeah, I sent some out to one of my old book clubs, and we took it to Katya's party and she raffled a few off. She did like a door
Cute.
raffle. And
Yes.
so we raffled two that way. And then towards the end of the night, so it was Halloween party, so we were like in costume, and like Phil and I went basically as the ghoulish version of the cosplays we wore for her characters in the
Love it.
book.
Oh my
Mine was
God,
a bit
yes.
more, I went a bit more witchy and darker than the original one, but I was like, that's how she'd be if she was dead. And when we walked in, we were late. And so we kind of like every eye turned to us, and we were like one of the most dressed up in the room. And I didn't realize later, but Katya told me after everyone was like, who are they? Who are they?
They're like, are these cosplayers? Did you hire them to come over?
Yeah, but so cute, like friends that I didn't know. Because a lot of them were her partner Jorge's work friends. So I
Oh,
like meet them a little bit. But towards the end of the night, these two girls kind of shyly came up to us and they were like, could we take a photo with you? Which was so
celebrity.
cute. And then Katya mentioned that the books that got raffled off, that I was an editor of it, and they fangirled. Like they fangirled so hard, and they fangirled about the podcast. And I was like, oh, I've got stickers. I'll give you stickers. And then they're like, oh my God, we're gonna buy your book. We can't wait to read it. And then I was like, wait, we've got a bag of 10 copies. I was like, do you want a copy? And they were just like, oh my God, thank you so. I was like, but these are the people I want to give it to. Like, they were
Yeah.
fangirling and they just met me. And I was like, you get a book, and you get a book, and you get a book. And Astrid was there, and Astrid Scholt was there, and she got a book. She was excited for it too. And you know
Yes.
what's wild? She sent me a DM the next morning and she was like, she's like, I just turned the calendar over, and she's like, look at what it says. And on the day for November, I guess, it said buy more spicy Christmas presents. It said on her calendar.
See?
Like the calendar was
See?
telling her, like it gives her things like you should just treat yourself, rah rah. And it said buy more spicy gifts for Christmas.
I mean, the universe is saying something.
Yeah, I know.
That is so freaking fun. Oh my God, that's
So
epic.
fun. So fun. So yeah, these ones I'm just
Yeah.
like listening to the tendrils of the universe and sending them where they feel like
Hmm.
they should go. And yeah,
Yes.
how did you go with yours? I know you had a
Yes.
big steamy lit event. How was? Tell me
Yes.
everything. Tell me who got the
I
copy.
did. I took Jingle These Bells with me, and I set up like a little sign talking about her. And I wanted to like I should have. Okay, so in Steamy Lit, like you get 2 4-hour sessions for signings. And
Damn.
so, yeah, it's hardcore. Okay. It's hardcore.
8 hours of signing. Is this the
Yes,
one where
it's eight
last
hours.
year you went and hid a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I almost fainted because
Yeah, that
I
has it
didn't
been a year
hydrate.
already? Shitballs.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit over a year because they switched the
Oh my
dates. But
God.
yes, and that's something I'll get to in a minute. But
Yes.
so my assistant Karen, who is co-hosts the podcast Incoherent Fangirl. So
Ooh,
she was my. I know it's a great title. That's what everybody kept saying, and it's
great.
true. So she was my assistant, and she was so good. She was so good at this. She created bingo cards, and I only brought one copy of Carnival Fantastico because that's like all I am only have three left, right? So I only brought the one. So we're like, okay, we're gonna make it hard for people to get. So we played this bingo game where they had to take the card and go to different authors, and like you'd have to ask the author, like, oh, is there just one bed trope in your book? And if there was, the author would sign it. So it was like a big, good sized bingo card.
Yeah.
And we were not I was so surprised how many people wanted to play bingo and wanted Carnival Fantastico. But we also hid rubber duckies. We hid a pirate rubber ducky and a vampire rubber ducky
Yeah.
in the different ballrooms. And whoever found them got a copy of Sinner's Isle or Cruel Thirst. I wish I would have brought a Jingle Bells one too to give it
Dominatrix
out.
Ducky.
Yeah, right. I wish I would have done that too. But I just figured, oh, I'll just give it to somebody who like really is excited about it.
Mm.
So the first day I was like, I'm not giving it away to anybody because jingle these bells, because I want people to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
And when everybody, people were coming to my table, that was something that they were really interested in. They were so excited about. And I was like, yes, pre-order now. It'll be coming out.
Slay.
Um, and we were just talking about it. And so the next day, I had given out the last of my arcs for Carnival Fantastico. And so someone came and she was like, "Oh, dang it, I just like last minute." And I was like, "Well, you're in luck because I have Jingle These Bells." And she was so thrilled and excited about it, and I signed it for her, gave it
Ah,
off. She was pumped. So many people are really, really excited for Jingle These Bells. Um, I wish I had have there was no possible way, but if I could have
yeah.
brought more, I would have ordered more back when we first ordered them. But it was nice because people got to see it, got to touch it, got to
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at it. It's so gorgeous. But it turned out nice for Carnival Fantastico because
Yeah.
my publisher ended up bringing like 50 copies,
I
50 arcs.
saw that.
Yeah, so
Oh.
we were slanging those things like we had. Yeah, because I was so shocked how many people won at bingo. We had so many
Yeah.
people winning at bingo, so it worked out. We gave out tons of those. Jingle These Bells was a big hit. People were thrilled. People were excited. So yeah, it was a really really fun event. Going back to how we were talking about, oh, it's been a year or whatever.
Yeah.
So when I first went to Steamy Lit, I only had Sinner's Isle out, I think, at the
Oh,
time.
really?
I think so. And so I was pretty new to the
Mm,
game. 4 hour sessions was really
a
hard for
lot.
me. It was really
Yeah.
hard for me. But when I was sitting there, like I didn't have a lot of people coming up to my booth like at all times. It was like that's probably why it felt like a long chunk of time
That's
that first
true.
time,
Yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah.
was like nobody was coming to
Waiting.
see me. Yeah.
Mm.
This time, right? So this time I walk up to my booth and I notice there's tape in front of it, and it's like sectioned off, like where it's like they form their own line. And then so, I'm setting up, and then the volunteer comes up and she's like, "Oh, I'm assigned to your table today. I'm handing out wristbands." And
For
I was
your
like, "For
table.
I was like, "For what?" She's like, "No, no, for you, for your table." And I
Stop.
was like,
That's
"Yes." And it
hot.
even said the wristbands even said my name on them and
Do
everything.
you have one?
Yeah, I jacked a whole bunch because I
Yeah.
needed proof.
Yeah, yeah, I would
Um,
too.
I had to have proof, and so she was saying, "Oh no, when I guess when they buy their tickets, they ask like, who are you excited to see, and that's how they can gauge if you need tickets or wristbands." So I was just absolutely floored, and quite honestly, the entire 8 hours, give or take a few like little breaks here and there, but I was chatting with readers the whole time, and I was shook. Where's my hearts? There they are. Yeah, I was honestly. Oh shit!
Listeners, I just made
They.
fireworks. Wait, I've been, what did I do? Double thumbs up?
I don't know, but
That
it
was
was
it was
fabulous.
so well timed.
It was
I did
so
a heart.
good.
Maybe you have to do heart and then thumbs up.
Let's see.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's how I felt in my heart about this news.
Oh
This
my
is
god, how
glorious. Does
funny!
yours
That's
do it? Or you
funny.
can't even make hearts. Never
No, I don't.
mind.
Oh yeah, because I don't. No.
Maybe your heart looks like a fucking squashed mandarin.
Shut up.
Now that was good. It should have
Nothing.
recognized
Damn
that.
it. Nothing. Damn it. But I did have like I even had like two people come up to me and just like two readers that I had met that first year, and they
Oh my
came up to me
God.
and were like, we noticed had the difference, and we're so
Mm.
proud of you. And I was just like, oh my god, that is the coolest freaking thing. So yeah, it was cool. It was so cool.
So, so cool
So
and
yeah.
so well deserved. Y- I always say, like, I don't know many people who hustle as hard as you do. And yeah, you deserve the line out the door. And not just because you hustle hard, but because you're glorious. And
Well, thank you.
the people need Angela Montoya. Like the way you said about our guests and how that made you feel, I think you're that for a lot of people. So we just need to get the word out there more. We need your Netflix movie too. And
Yeah.
that's honestly like I know people always say like, you know, you always want all the awesome stuff to happen straight away. But it is really cool to hear your journey, even though I know it was agonizing to live through the first version of that. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
know that's
Yeah. Yeah.
agonizing, but like, it's so inspiring to see you go, like, I don't know, like you're building your empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. I like the way you said that. Yes.
I'm so
But no,
fucking
I
proud, is what I'm
thank you.
saying.
Thank you. No, I feel it though. It's like
Yeah.
with each book, I hope I, build and meet more readers. But honestly and truly, and I know I say this often, but I just want to write better books more than anything. And I, because I think I talked about this last time. Like I was talking about being on a bestseller list or all these things. And obviously, yes, I really, really want that. Yes, we're manifesting that shit.
Mm.
But at like my truest of hearts, because I was having this conversation with Armando when we were driving home from the airport. Because he was like, "Well, why do you do these things?" Because I was
Mm.
exhausted. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And so he was probably just coming from a place of like, "Damn, girl."
Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. He's like, "You look rough." No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. But I could hear it in his voice. Like, why are you doing these things?
Mm.
Because I didn't get paid to go there. Yes, they
Oh,
paid for me to go there, but I didn't like make
you
money
didn't make
going
money
there or
going.
anything. So he was like, "So why are you doing this?" And I said, "Honestly, every single time I go to a new event, I'm
Mm.
meeting new readers and people that have never ever seen me, have never heard my voice, have never seen my books. I'm getting to meet new readers, and that's building the empire, as you
Mm-hmm.
say, building the
Clever
empire."
girl.
Yes. And I never want to say no to things because I just know if you put me in front of somebody, I can hopefully sell something to them.
You're smart
But
because maybe
thank
you
you.
didn't get paid to go, but you know you're gonna get paid as well.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, you're
you
getting
like
paid in friendship.
yeah, but I mean people are gonna notice like that's what I mean. People just need to find you sometimes. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna be like, oh my God, I want that book, and I want that book, and I want that book. So obviously it'd be ideal to get paid to go though as well. But we're getting there. I'm
Yeah.
manifesting that too. It's gonna
Yes.
happen.
I
Sorry, what
know.
were you gonna
Yes.
say?
I have no idea, but I've just been happy to like they pay my way,
Yeah.
and I've been happy about that. But yeah, to be paid as well would be cool, but
Mm.
it is. It's like you're getting paid in different, you're getting paid in exposure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun to have Jingle These Bells there, and she was out there, flaunting her stuff. So yeah, so hopefully that translates into something, some goodies, some
Yeah.
sales,
What was
because
your
we all need
favorite
some Jingle
part?
These Bells.
Yeah, we do. The people need it.
Yeah.
I love seeing people
Yes.
respond to it because she does seem to have like her own gravitational pull or something.
Yes.
Like it's
It's Robin's
definitely
hand.
it's Robin's hand is the gravitational pull. I
I
agree.
think so. It's Robin's freaking hand because it's like a gorgeous hand, and
It
it's
is a
something about
gorgeous
that.
hand.
It's
She
just her
really
cupping
clutched
those jingle
those
bells.
bells just so, you know.
Yes, she really did.
Her husband's a lucky man.
It's
I
true.
have to,
It's
before I
true.
give away too many copies, I have to like turn them all face out and be like, this is my friend Robin's hand, and this is her hand, and this is her hand, and this is her hand, and just put them everywhere. I
Oh,
should
I
take
love
it
that.
around the city and be like, here's Robin's hand with Flinders Street Station, and here's Robin's hand in the Empire Garden or whatever. We don't even have I don't
That's
think we have
cute.
an Empire Garden. I just made that up.
Well, hey, there will be now. Or you should do like put different items into her, like on her hand, like little pictures of different things. You know what?
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
that make
yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Just slide it onto her cupping of a
Like your
hand.
face, two of your heads.
Yes.
Or she could have each
Yes.
of us
Cupping our
cupping
gentle
our
faces.
heads. That feels
Yeah.
like like a scrappy, like Canva reel that you'd make. I'm gonna leave that one for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
And make
Okay.
our
I can
heads
do that.
dance.
Yeah. Well,
In
we'll see if I can do that, but
You
I can do
can
something. I
just
like that.
click
I
the
like that.
animate button and make it wobble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love that, actually.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
genius. It's genius of
Because I
us. We're
have my
so smart.
hand, we're so fucking smart. I have my hands full with the
Oh,
50
yeah.
goddamn cosplays with reels and gag reels that I've committed to and I am following through with.
Yes.
I actually got
You're
have
committed too.
I'm committed.
Honestly, at this point, if you didn't continue, the people would be
I
pissed.
think so. We've got a
Yeah.
few rabid fans at this point. Thank you, Carrie Faye,
Yes.
for making me feel like I should still be doing this. Carrie's living for the reels, and I am living for her reactions to them. So yes, the reels have begun. Once I made that one, I was like, you know what, I can't wait. The reels have to start dropping, and so I'll
Yeah.
do the gag reel from
Yeah.
Robin's today since that one went up.
Good.
But we're also doing the photo shoot for Louisa's story today.
Oh,
So I'll just keep
oh
hammering
God.
everyone.
I can only imagine what you're gonna do.
What do you think these elves have been holding on to this whole time? We're
Oh my
we are gonna
God.
make hot toddies, and I'm so excited I finally get to use my blonde wig because a lot of our characters had long brown hair, which is glorious. I have been waiting to use my blonde wig, and also that character has very large. So I'm waiting to use
Yeah.
the foam titties that I gave Phil for lesbian Santa. What is our conversation even sometimes, you know? If you just snipped this part of the combo, no one would understand.
Uh, I love that we're having on the ladies from Dork Diaries
Oh
after
my
we're
God.
talking about this.
Yeah, true. I'll censor us a little bit.
Yeah. This is
Nah,
what's so fun about our podcast, though. This is life, you
it is
know? We're talking
life.
about nipple clamps one moment, we're being inspired the next. Like, it's all over.
I was gonna say that what was your favorite part of the event? I know it was
Oh,
exhausting. Thank fuck you had Armando pick you up though, and you didn't have to have another Uber driver to talk to.
oh, I know. I know. The drivers really love to talk to me.
Mm,
My favorite part, honestly, I was really impressed with Karen, my assistant.
yeah.
She was so good. Like she came up with the bingo, she came up with all these things. So she was so awesome. So it was really fun
Mm,
being like, wow, you're really creative. So shout out to Karen. Um, I also so we did this speed dating event with the Get
yeah.
Underwound lounge. They are pretty much like our, I don't know what you'd call them. Like they're our like marketing team
Yeah.
for our publisher. And so they had this set up, this whole lounge, and it was a few of us authors, and we like bounced around tables and got to just chat with people. So I went in there and they're like, "Oh, we're going to like each author gets to give people like give the table a gift, like every time
Mm.
you move tables." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And so like Issa, Ivy Marie, she got like really pretty like character cards she got to hand out. So like different authors had different things. For me, it was arcs of Carnival Fantastico. So like I was over there with like totes of my book, and so to me, it was so cool because, as we all know, I did
Mm.
not get ARCs for either of my books before. And so here I was, not only did I bring my one, but they were giving out, I think there was like up to, like I said, 50 ARCs.
Did you know they were going to
And
do that?
I had no idea.
Wow.
And so when I walked in and I saw this tote filled with my books, I was like, oh my gosh. So to me, that was like the coolest because I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, we're being taken
Mm.
seriously. The the Carnival Fantastico is getting out there. So I was like, yes. So it was like a pat in the back moment. But
Yeah.
the whole thing, honestly, Steamy Lit is such a beautiful con.
Mm.
It's had its ups and downs, and I know this is going to be its last one
Is it?
indefinitely, at least. Yes,
Oh
because
my God.
they couldn't like basically sell enough tickets to give back to the hotel what the hotel was wanting, or like book the rooms. So
Oh
it's like a big
no.
fiasco. If they do it again, they won't do it, at least in California, because it's expensive as fuck
Mm.
here. Especially where they were doing it, and it was on Halloween, so I'm sure that affected ticket sales.
Ah. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like it was a whole thing, but it's such a beautiful con, where you just feel so loved and celebrated. So the whole con in itself is just spectacular. But yeah,
Mm.
so the whole thing, I'm gonna say everything. Everything was great.
The Arcs moment is pretty iconic, and yeah, I think it's about time the world started noticing Angela Montoya. And
Damn
50
right.
books is a lot, as we've learned, because I got 50 copies
Yes,
of
it
Jingle These Bells.
is.
This is like down to 30 something now, but it's a fucking lot. Like it startles you.
Yeah, right. You're like, okay, I have a lot of boxes here.
Yeah.
Have you broken the spines a little on any of those bad
No, not
boys
on
yet?
these ones. These I'm going to keep as pristine as possible to get to advanced
Yes.
readers. I saw we got our first review as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Did they leave
Oh,
was it
I
a
didn't
like,
check
did they leave?
Goodreads. I
Oh,
just
okay.
saw it on. I just saw it in your story, and then I went and stalked that person, and I was like, "Oh." I think they said 4.5, but the average was 5 stars.
Oh,
So maybe there was a
oh,
couple stories that
nice.
they were like 4.5, which is still
Oh,
iconic,
that's really good.
right?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
right.
posted it. Dude, I didn't know it was there. So
Yeah, that's right. I'm all shocked.
poor thing. Honestly, go get some. Let's read the bio and go rest. You've had
No, no,
such a
no, no,
fucking
no.
massive time. It's okay.
No, it's good. I'm enjoying this. I just
Okay.
totally blanked that we had that, and I share.
Cool.
You are correct. Yes.
You froze and it was hilarious. And then it
Oh,
sped up.
no. How
I
dare
have
it?
to tell you about the movie I just watched because it was
Oh.
one of the best new movies I've seen, period. But like I've
Ooh.
been so craving since we chat to who was it? God, Chloe Gong, of course.
God, Chloe.
Since we chat to God, Chloe, I've just been craving like basically like that dystopian vibe, like that kind
Yeah.
of. And honestly, I agree with you. I always crave that, but I crave it to feel a certain gravitas or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I want it to om nom nom. Like I don't want it to feel. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I just want
I
it to
think
hit
so.
certain notes.
Yes.
Anyway, there's this movie on Netflix, a German movie called Paradise.
Ooh.
Okay, like the way this movie had me in a chokehold last night, and then we watched the rest this morning because it's a public holiday here. Um,
Oh,
Not one that
what's
most
the
people.
holiday?
It's Melbourne Cup Day, which is the horse racing, which most people are these
Okay.
days. You know, it's funny though.
Oh.
Um, it's funny because most people, as Astrid educated me, there's this saying "nup to the cup," like nup, N-U-P, like nope. But in Australia we say nup.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
So
Thank
nup
you.
to the cup. A lot of people are nup to the cup because horses like die
Oh,
often. So
wow. Oh, it's
basically, they race
intense.
horses and people dress up all fancy. But it's been funny because of the area I live. I see a very certain type of person is still dressed to the nines with all the fancy. So they stand out like sore thumbs. When I grew up, it was a huge deal. Like everybody would dress up for it. Like
Oh,
even in school, I feel like we did something. It's just a fun excuse to dress up, drink, go out, even if you don't go. I've never been, even when it before it kind of started getting all this negative attention. Which is rightly so, like, but it's been funny just watching them and they all have the same energy, you know? I
yeah.
just and now they've
Yeah.
just like tarred and feathered themselves because they stand out so much walking around in all their finery. And like they
Yeah.
have this arrogant, the ones I've seen in my area, they have this air about them like, yeah, just try me. We're not nup to the cup. It's tradition. You can feel it. They're like ready to
Uh-huh.
take. You know when people just walk with a certain,
Oh,
yes, I
yeah.
have more money than you, and I don't care that you hate the cup. So anyway, we have
They
a
think they're
holiday.
the shit.
I'm here
Okay.
for the
So, nope.
holiday though. Like I'll take
Yeah.
all the
Yeah. Yeah.
public
Yeah.
holidays they give us, frankly. Um, Girl, I can't remember what led me down this rabbit hole.
Okay. So you started the movie and then you guys
Oh,
stopped and then you came back.
sorry, I'm fucking ADHD. I'm so hormonal. I can't even speak. I'm so hormonal. Like I cannot even explain to you the way it affects my neurospicy vibes.
I get it.
So
I get
yes,
it.
we have today off. So I told you all of that ranty nothingness just to say that Phil and I were up watching this movie at like 9 in the morning, watching the end of it. Anyway, had us both in a goddamn chokehold. The pacing is fucking
Oh.
fire. So the theme is like the premise is om nom nom. So om nom nom. Basically, they find a way to extract your years so years become something to be bought and sold, years of your life.
Oh,
But
yes.
the way
Yes.
they've handled the theme and the story they gave us, like, oh, I want to write like that. You know what I mean? You know how you're
Ooh.
saying you want to level up your writing? I'm just like,
Yes.
God, I want to hold people by the chokehold. They cannot put my story down the way this was. Like, just om nom nom nom. I just want so much more of this. I watched it dubbed, which usually I'd watch it subbed, but I didn't know. I chucked it on yesterday at lunch. And I was like, oh yeah. And then kind of a few minutes, I was like, oh wait, it's dubbed. And I was only half paying attention. And then I was like suddenly super invested. So I just watched it dubbed, which is fine. I'll give myself a free pass this time. But literally like 20 minutes in, I rang Phil and I was like, I'm watching this movie. I was like, can you watch this half at work and we'll finish it together? He's like, no. I was like, dang it, I'm gonna have to stop then because I can't keep watching it. You know when you just
Oh,
know
is
you're
that
gonna want
good?
to discuss? So I was just like,
Yes.
I have to
Yes.
put it down.
Oh,
So when you want like a really,
yes.
I would say it's the vibes of like the island crossed with. Do you remember the island with
Hmm.
Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor? The island crossed with. Oh my God, I can't even think. But that kind of intensity, if you liked that.
Okay. Oh, I'm pumped. It's called Survivor?
Paradise.
Oh,
I want to say Paradise.
Paradise.
Fuck, maybe
Okay,
now.
Paradise.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? It's called Paradise?
Yes, it is.
Okay. May I ask you though, like
Yeah.
when you dub it over, is
Yep.
that what it's called? Dubbing?
Dubbed.
Dubbed. Do you listen in an Australian accent?
No, it's just a general English dubbing.
'Cause I was just thinking, like, this, I was just thinking of like a thick, like
Oh,
Australian
she'll be right,
accent.
mate. Let's extract that blood. Looks like she's had this done before. Quick, run, they're on to
And then,
us.
and I was just like, I want to listen to that version. Like, I want to
Yeah.
watch a movie in that version.
I mean,
But
it
it was
may
just
exist
basic.
out there, but you can have your audiobook read to you. Like when you do the Lagia app that reads it to you. You can put an Aussie
I
accent on
do.
that. Yeah.
Whenever I read
Of
your,
course
like,
you
whenever I
do.
read,
Stop, do you?
yes, whenever I read stuff from you, I listen to it in an Aussie
That's
accent.
hilarious because
It just hits.
I actually do often I like this British accent mostly. I can't take the Australian one seriously. But when I read yours, I'll sometimes put an American one on it. Although I pick the cool
Yeah.
one.
Well,
I
oh,
pick the
thank
cool
you.
one.
That's good.
Oh my God, it's 4 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Let's read the bio.
Oh,
So here I am ranting about this movie as if like,
no, I'm excited. After I finish Avatar.
yeah, after you finish Avatar, good girl.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, do you want me to read this?
You can do it. You've done so many lately. I feel like it's only fair. So we had on like a power team today. And yeah, I'm so glad. Honestly, we just feel refreshed. Our spirits are cleansed and blessed by their presence. So we had on Rachel Renée Russell and her daughter, Nikki Russell, who, yes, you may recognize their names as the #1 New York Times bestselling author of Dork Diaries, an international blockbuster series chronicling the life and misadventures of middle school students Nikki Maxwell and her best friends Chloe and Zoey. With humor and wit, Rachel's books encourage tweens to embrace their individuality and always let their inner dork shine through. The Dork Diaries series has been translated into 52 languages worldwide, and
Amazing.
its characters are as diverse as the millions of tweens who read the books. With more than 55 million books in print, the series has garnered such honors as 2 Kids Book Choice Awards, an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Literary Work for Children, Milner? I don't know how to say that. Milner Award. The Milner Award for Children's Literature, and a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Book of the Year nomination. Rachel is also the author of a second New York Times best-selling series, The Misadventures of Max Crumbly, which received a Kids' Book Choice Award. Her daughter Nikki Russell is the illustrator for both book series. The mother-daughter team has released 21 consecutive New York Times bestsellers.
Gosh, they're so amazing. They're so amazing.
So amazing. I feel like, yeah, it's a bit of a heart hug listening to the two of them chat and just share their amazing journey with us. Like,
These
yeah.
authors are magic.
They
Yeah.
are, eh? You feel like your soul was enriched, you know what I mean?
We were blessed
We were
today. We were blessed.
just pulling that back out, dusting it ooff. But
I know. I
sometimes it
haven't
does.
used that very often.
No. No, but it felt right. Like I said,
It did.
this is the new definition of that word in my head. I think we can like bless each other with each other's presence. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What? I'm the biggest dork of all, aren't I?
No, I love it. Thank you for blessing me with
With
your blessings.
I'm about to bless you with a gag reel from which this honestly this one mostly features Phil. Poor thing. I was bossing
King
him
Phil.
around to get those 3 elves out of him. So a lot of the gag reels are him, but
Oh,
well, this one,
he's
the
such a
others,
bless him.
bless him. He's been so patient. I had to cut out some of the bits where I was being snarky.
You were being
We get
snarky to him when he's
a
in
little
elf
bit. I
ears.
was hormonal,
How
okay?
dare you? He's over there in elf ears and freaking stirrups and shit.
There
Oh,
we go. Hi, how are
yes.
you doing?
Hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, you two look amazing. You're
Thank you.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
I'm shocked right now.
Oh, don't be shocked.
Glorious. The scarf,
Thank
the
you.
jacket, all the red is giving me
Thank
everything
you.
I need right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we try to up our game because
Yeah.
normally we this is my home and I work in this office and then I have a studio for Nikki on the other side of the house. So we're like in pajamas and sweats and everything all day long, like 11 months of the year, but the 1 month we have a book coming up, we have to dress up and, look sophisticated. So, but otherwise you'd see me in pajamas and hoodies and that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way. Honestly, at this point, if it's like restricting my waist, it's no.
Exactly. Same thing here too. Exactly. And then you got to get the comfortable.
Literally. Oh, well, we're so
Yeah.
excited to have you here today.
Thank you.
We always love to ask our guests a question just to like learn a little bit more about you. So we want to start with, what is the strangest thing you own?
Yeah, we have your list here. We were going through it. I don't really own anything that's very strange. However, what I do own that's unusual and super cute is I have two, in my head, they're identical twin Yorkies. And they're like 3.5 pounds. So, and I've only had them almost a year, and they're just adorable, adorable. So that's, it's not like weird or whatever, but that's unusual because I guess even if people own a dog, they don't have like two identicals because these dogs are like, I can't even tell them apart half the time myself. So I have twin Yorkie puppies.
Cute. Oh, what are their names?
Cookie and Cupcake.
Oh,
yeah. My favorite desserts. But yeah,
that's adorable.
Yeah, exactly. As a matter of fact, they got groomed today, so they're looking.
So they're feeling fresh and fierce today.
Exactly, and they are so sweet. It's just so adorable. And then I've had dogs all my life, but nothing so tiny. So it's just always amazing to look at them running around. And even though they're like maybe 10% of the size of a normal dog, they're still dogs, and they're just adorable.
Oh my God. Dogs are the best.
Yes.
For me, it would be my giant standard poodle, Daisy. She's like a fluffy cloud, just a giant fluffy cloud. And the craziest thing she does is when we pull up into our driveway, we can see her head poking through the door window. And she jumps off the floor like 5 feet because she's so excited to see us.
Yeah, exactly. And then my dogs and her dogs get along really well. So we have these teeny tiny, like they're maybe 5 inches off the ground, 3.5 pound Yorkies, and this humongous. As a matter of fact, I think there's a standard poodle. There's not like legitimately a king size poodle, but when she got it, it was called a king size poodle, but she's like really, really, really big. So we have this giant furball, fuzzy powder white poodle and these teeny, teeny, tiny Yorkies, and they love each other and they play together. So.
Oh, that is so sweet. Is one the boss over all the other ones?
Yeah, the poodle is definitely the boss. Yeah, she is definitely the boss.
Oh my God.
They get along really well. Especially we're a little worried, because she's really big, but she's also very delicate and very I've had like a golden retriever. They kind of are clumsy and bump into things where she's very persistent. She doesn't step on them accidentally or whatever.
So cute. She's like a ballerina on stilts walking around.
Walks on the tips of her paws like one.
So we love our dogs.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a dog person.
You guys have dogs too?
Yeah, I've got a French bulldog, and she owns this house.
Love dogs. Excellent. Yeah, I have a mini schnauzer, and
yes. So we all like kind of the smaller dogs between.
Yeah, he rules the roost around our house as well. He's definitely. He's not the best looking guy, but he makes up for it in personality.
Personality and vibrato, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what is something that you two individually or together think about way too often?
Okay, I think way too often, especially these days, my book series and sales. Our first book came out in 2009, so we're 16 years old. And that is wonderful. I think we're even considered evergreen now, which is a designation they give to a book that's been in print and selling really well for, I think it's more than 10 years or something like that. So we're older now, and our earlier readers are all grown up and they're either graduating college or getting married and having babies of their own. So we have to kind of start over with our marketing, because before we always just kind of marketing for like maybe I'd say 8 to 14-year-olds, and that's all we've done. But 50 to 60%, if not more, of our fans or readers are now adults, and a lot of them still read. If or if we like we're on TikTok, and if TikTok sends them a message or whatever TikTok does, they'll come back and they're excited. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I read this when I was in 5th grade, and I'm engaged and, and I'm keeping my series to give to my own children. So we have to try to market more creatively so that we can try to pull in those people that are now in college and, getting married and that, because they will continue to read. We just have to now start marketing to them. So that's kind of a thing I'm trying to figure out. How do I release an ad or interesting blurb from the book that will appeal to my fans that are 8 years old to 28. So that's a thing that I'm doing. But I'm working on it. I'm going to figure it out.
One thing I think about way too often is how my artwork looks to other people. So if you take a look at the very first book, Dork Diaries, book 1, you notice that was the time when my artwork was new. Like I was still learning how to draw really well. And then by the end of book 16, our most recent inked book, I had improved my skills. So I'm hoping that I'm giving everybody the kind of book they want to see. And then colored book one's going to be a real treat because this time everything will be in full color.
Yes. I'm so excited about that. It's amazing. I mean, really, whenever I'm at any bookstore, I see your books on the shelves. And, I have two kids myself. They're both now teenagers, but we've had your books in our house. So it's so amazing, first of all, to be chatting with you. Honestly, you're so iconic. I do find it interesting that you're in the game for so many years now and still have to think of marketing because like I said, I see your books everywhere. So I really that kind of makes me feel better to know that even even now you're still thinking about it. It's kind of relatable.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the other thing too is that you're kind of old hat, and my older sister read that, or my aunt read that, and we want what's new and exciting. So you kind of have to look at the new competition and what's going on. Like I've always wanted to do. I've been pushing to do a full color book like 11 years. I first brought it up to my publisher like in 2015, and we're just now getting around to it. But back in 2015, graphic novels were getting more popular, and some of our other middle grade book girl based books, for example, Babysitter's Club, and that started out as prose, and I admire them because they've been around like 30 years, and there's been a couple others that have been around really, really long. But they started out as prose, which is just words. Then they went from that to ink artwork, which is kind of like what we have now. Then they went from that to full color graphic novels. And I'm like, I want to be like them when I grow up. So watching, especially the other women and female based books that have been in the game a lot longer than I have to watch what they're doing. And I want to, if they're doing it, I want to do it. And a couple of the other older books that have been out quite a while have all gone to full color graphic novels. We're not technically a graphic novel, but we were able to color our artwork. So that's, you have to kind of reinvent yourself, like maybe Lady Gaga or whatever. You have to come up with a new thing to make your books look fresh and exciting and new to a new generation. So that's what we're doing, is we've been doing this for 16 years, and now it's time to try something a little different, a little new, and that will, keep the younger generation with the Gen Z and whatever that keep them interested in reading.
It's amazing and like really inspiring to hear, actually, because like I think that's the way to be, right? Like you've got to keep reinventing and pivoting in this industry. And it's like, it is amazing to hear two people who've been in it for so long, and you're still like, we're still going to reinvent
we still have to do our homework and check the New York Times bestsellers list and see what's cool, what's trendy, what kids are looking at and all that. So, and that's, again, I wanted to do this like 11 years ago, but as all of the other, again, if you want to call them evergreen, but books that have been out quite a while have been, kind of going with the trend a little bit. I'm like, well, we should probably be doing that too. And I wanted to do it. So, and then we have a sample of both books if you'd like to see that. I'll show you.
Please.
We have like little papers in here, but this is our original Dork Diaries, and you might have that around your house. And this is our Sweet edition, which we released book 1 in 2009, and then we redid this like maybe 5 years, so maybe about 2014. So that's that, and then you can show our new cover.
Woo! Oh my God.
Color. Yep. And then you want to look, we're going to just show you a couple of the artworks.
Yeah, please.
This is kind of one of our iconic images, which is Nikki's kissing her cell phone here.
Adorable. Oh, that's so, it must be so cool to see it like spring to life in color.
Yep. And then the thing too is that we basically took our inked artwork and we just colored it. So we didn't have to like start over from scratch and, you know, come up with pencils and inks and that.
Wow.
And then another thing too that's a little annoying, but I guess I could take it as a compliment. A lot of people are looking like at the cover like, oh, that's AI, that's AI. They didn't draw that. They didn't draw that. It took us, okay, we finished book 1, 2, and 3 full color, and we did it probably around the time COVID started. We started working, and then we finished like in maybe 2023. So 20, about 20. So it took us about maybe 3 or 4 years to do color all 3 books. So not only is it not AI, it was blood, sweat, and tears for 3 or 4 long years. So, but again, I try to look at it positive and think, well, you know, if it's so wonderful, they think it's AI, it must be really, really good. So, but yeah.
Honestly, though, it is beautiful, and you can really see the difference too.
Exactly.
And
again, this is
wow.
We call this group hug, and that's Nikki, Chloe, and Zoey in our 2009 book, which is the ink, and then that's what Nikki did coloring. And Nikki learned to color this during this time too.
Yeah,
so
really.
So it's not technically a graphic novel, but we went through and colored everything. And we have a lot of new material. Can we show her the Brianna crayons? This is probably my favorite in the whole book. Nikki's irritated with Brianna, and she says, "My sister has the IQ of a box of crayons." And Nikki came up with
that is so cute.
Having, crayons for her in her head.
Oh my gosh!
We have a lot of new material in the book as well.
Oh my gosh! I can only imagine how excited readers are going to be, and you know, your original readers are moms now, possibly too.
Yep.
So like they get to show the new generation, and I'm sure the moms are just as excited to see all the differences too.
Yeah, I
think
was
this is
so
fun.
surprised when again people would end up with Dork Diaries on their For You page, and they'd come and said, "I am like almost crying now because I love Dork Diaries, and there were 4 girls and in my like 5th grade class and yada yada yada," and I just texted them all, and then we got on the phone, and they were all reminiscing about Dork Diaries, and I'm like, oh, how sweet is that? You know, so we have to market to our older fans now.
Yes, that's so special. I really just I'm such a fan. I'm a fangirl.
Well, thank you.
Can you take us back to like where it all began for you as writers and illustrators, and with the story in particular?
Well, I'm originally by profession a consumer bankruptcy attorney. So that, and of course, Mom and I was married. I'm not married, no, but back then I was married. So I had a husband, kids, and all that. And that was basically my life. But my hobby and the thing that I always wanted to do was publish a children's book. So Nikki and then my older daughter, Erin, both went off to college. And since I was not able to micromanage their lives anymore, I thought it's time for me to get a hobby. And this hobby that I've always, wanted was to write a children's book. So I started working on manuscripts. And my motivation was that both of my daughters were bullied really badly in school. And you wouldn't think so because she's this wonderful, gorgeous, kind, human being. But her dad is tall, and both of them inherited his genes. So they're always the tallest kid in kindergarten, tallest kid in middle school. And the varsity basketball players finally caught up with her, maybe like their junior year, because she was just like very, very tall. So she was always teased. And when I decided to write a book, I wanted to write something that was fun, but I also wanted to have a really good lesson and maybe address some of the pain and suffering that Nikki especially went through, and probably most of the years of her life in school. She was always teased. Well, she was so sweet too, and maybe she was too sweet. I don't know. I can't tell you to this day. And what I've told kids is that you can't look in the mirror and figure out what's wrong with you. It's the other person that is being cruel and just taking joy and glee into making you miserable. They're the people with the problem, not yourself. So you really can't figure out what's wrong with you because more than likely there's nothing wrong. So I wanted to write a book that reflected that. And I wanted to make it funny, and I wanted to make it exciting, and I wanted to make it dramatic. Because if you're just reading a book about a poor girl that was just getting bullied day in and day out, nobody would want to read that, and you just would be depressed. So I wanted to make it fun. And Nikki does find her friends. And when we speak with children, we say, try to find your Chloe and Zoey. And that means try to find people that are like you, that will admire you, that will, you have something in common with. So, and then I did ask my daughter Nikki for permission to use her name in the book, because I noticed that when I had started working on an initial draft with her name, it just was so easy to write. It's just like I had like too much stuff to write. But if I changed it to Samantha or Jennifer or another name, it was like more difficult to know who she was and how she thought. So I thought, well, I'll write the book as Nikki Maxwell, and then I'll change it later on. But then after I talked to her and I asked for permission to use her name, you said
Yes.
yes. So it almost feels like cheating, because by using Nikki, it channels all of her idiosyncrasies and her pain and her growth and her just wonderful. I'm a mom, so I'm very biased, I'm sure, but it was easier to write the book when I wrote it as using the same name and kind of channeling, her essence to it.
I love everything you just said, and it's something I think a lot about lately, how like when people are mean to you, it's like it's always like a reflection of what they think of themselves. Like they're just giving you their like raw pain and trying to make themselves feel better by like diminishing your light. But
Exactly.
it has helped me reframe it, but I'll also never understand why it manifests as meanness and why people
Oh
don't,
yeah. Oh, Lord.
I'll never understand either.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think kind people can't understand like how people take pain and decide to inflict more pain,
Just
right?
cruelty, just
Yeah.
raw, unabated
Mm.
cruelty. Yeah, it's kind of mind blowing.
It does, yeah, I
So
agree.
anyway, that's what we were able to take a lot of
Mm.
her pain and negative experiences and put it in a book, and then make some, fun parts. And, there's times when Nikki cries and was really frustrated in the book too. So, but overall, it's a happy story, and it always has a happy ending, and it will forever have a happy ending too. So,
Yes, I love that. How did you decide to actually have Nikki come in and draw and sketch in the story?
well, before she went to college, I was kind of playing around with this a little bit, and she had done some sketches for me. And then she went to college, and then I kind of was working on manuscripts. Um, but so when you got out, you want to tell that part of the story, how you were teaching, and then I begged her to illustrate. I'll let you tell it. Okay.
I majored in elementary education. 5 long years training to finally become an elementary teacher. I would stick to it and see where it goes and be the very best teacher I could be. So in the end, I discovered that my passion was in illustration, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity she gave me. Uh, she really, really wanted to work with me.
And she turned me down and said, I'm going to teach. I'm like, okay, Nikki, fine, that's fine. So I'm like, oh. So anyway, I was doing the illustration myself. And of course, I'm not, she minored in art, fine art.
Mhm.
So she, not only is she a teacher, she has a minor or whatever and fine art. So she's like really, really good,
Yeah.
So she was like, oh no, Mom, I want to teach. And I'm like, okay, fine. So then I started like drawing, and my stuff was actually, it looked good because it was just ugly doodles, and that's kind of the thing back then. So I started it myself, and then after she was in it for maybe a year, half year, she's like, oh Mom, that job you offered me? And I'm like, yes. She says, what can I have? And I'm like, so that's how she became full-time with me. We're going on 16 years now.
Oh, I love that. What's like this isn't on our questions, but like what's the toughest part about working together, or is it all good?
Overall, it's very, very good. Almost too good to be
Yeah.
true.
I love that.
Yeah, I would imagine the worst part is probably her having to come to her mom's house and work here 8 hours a day. And we are very close, and we like shop together and we vacation together. But I do know she's an adult, and and I guess we're probably kind of best friends in a way too. But I have to
Yeah.
remember, more so than her thinking this of me, I have to remember that she's an adult and she needs her own life and she needs her own independence. And I'm her mom and I love her, but I have to, not like just be there 24/7, because I don't want to get on her nerves and all that too. So I watch that probably more than she has to watch, or worry about a relationship with me, I think.
Yeah, for sure. It must be hard to navigate sometimes, like if you've got deadlines and stuff, and it's like,
Yeah, yeah, it can get pretty
yeah.
rough.
But I want to ask as well, is there anything that surprised you both about the publishing industry?
So
Yeah.
I'm always tickled whenever my mom points out how when she first came out with Dork Diaries back in 2009, she was hoping she could get by with making just enough money to get more furniture for the house.
Yeah, that was what I thought.
That was what she thought. But in the end, the series took off and it became a bestseller, and the rest is history. It was like a dream come true. So that really took us both by surprise.
Yeah, because it's technically writing a manuscript, and I worked on it for several years. Is a lot of hard work, and I thought, well, and it's a hobby too. So even a lot of hobbies you just keep in the closet, or if you're painting or clay or whatever it is you're doing, what craft projects you're making, you maybe wrap them up and give them away for birthday or Christmas, and people throw them away because they're tacky or they're not. So I thought, well, I'll write the manuscript, and at worst, yeah, I might have dedicated a few years of my life, but if I could just get maybe $10,000 and buy some new living room furniture, it'll be well worth it. So that was, kind of my thing, because, am I wasting years of my life? And I'm like, well, if I can just get some new furniture out of it, it would have been well worth it. So I was hoping to get maybe 10,000, and then I would still keep working my consumer bankruptcy position, and life would be wonderful. But a week after it was released, it made the New York Times bestsellers list.
Wow.
And over the years, it's been on the New York Times bestsellers list. I think it's maybe 332 weeks or something like that.
Wow.
Oh my
I got
gosh.
chills. That's amazing.
And I quit my bankruptcy. My last consumer bankruptcy case was probably in 2009 when the book came out. And I keep my law license as a backup to the backup in case things went, if the book stopped selling, or if I got tired of it or frustrated. But I keep paying my bar dues, and I keep publishing my books. So,
what an amazing surprise!
Yeah, I do prefer writing. Do you prefer writing over teaching?
I prefer illustrating and working with the children through book tours and book signings. It's very exciting, very satisfying.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. That's so huge and so amazing to go from just wanting some furniture to here we are.
Exactly. I know. And I think I probably told myself that, so in case it only sold, maybe 1,000 copies, I wouldn't be disappointed, But I was very, very shocked. I was very, very shocked that it made the New York Times bestsellers list. And then it made it again and again. And it's, but now our goal is we need a movie, we need a theatrical release. So that would be probably a little frustrating. When you're asking kind of what it is, a frustration would be that we've been doing this for 16 years, and we're in, what is my little list over there? We're in 45 languages and 52 countries. I have a little sticky note. So we've been around for 16 years, 45 languages, 52 countries, and we're still waiting on a movie from Hollywood. So that's a little frustrating, but
it's time.
We're still.
Yes, it's definitely time. I can. Come on, Netflix, somebody.
We're
manifesting. What would you say has been like the hardest part? Is it not having the film?
That is probably the most difficult part, because again, not to brag, but I made the Forbes list. We made the Forbes list. We made the Forbes list in 2000, either 14 or 15, with 5 other authors. And it was J.K. Rowling, and that's Harry Potter. He's had 8 movies, and I think they're going to start doing TV shows. Percy Jackson has had, I think, 3 movies, and he's doing TV shows. Jeff Kinney from Darby Wimpy Kid has had like 4 movies, and he's doing TV shows. See the little pattern here?
Yes.
And then, of course, there's Dr. Seuss, and he's probably had 15 movies, and, he's probably had more than everybody else put together. And then there's me, and what did we get? Nothing. We got nothing. So it's almost like we can be as excellent and work as hard and sell as many books. But a little of that too is that of the 5 on there, 3 are boys. Had boy main characters, and then the 4th one was Dr. Seuss, and he does animals. There's cats in the hats, and there's the Horton, which is an elephant, and then there's Grinches. So if you're middle grade boys or animals, you do tend to get theatrical releases and that a lot faster. I don't know that I can even, there are a few girl movies that have been made over the last 15 years, but not very many. So to me, that was a little disappointing about kind of, not, I won't say that it's necessarily publishing, but is probably more a reflection of Hollywood, and that of the 5 New York Times bestsellers, 3 of them were boy books, and 1 of them was an animal book. And they all have like movies and TV shows and everything. And we are, here trying to still figure it out. So, so we need more girl power here.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I didn't even think of that. But when you bring it up, I mean, it's so true.
Yes.
And it is so needed.
Say that for young adult, because young adult, I've had some good notes. Young adult, we've had like Hunger Games and Twilight. So yay, there's girl power for the older girls, like the 14 to 18-year-olds. They have had like some blockbusters, with Twilight, Hunger Games, and I think The Fault in Our Stars and all that. But when it's the middle grade, I'm like, why? What is it with the middle grade girls? So it's not a middle grade thing, because the middle grade boys, they get blockbuster movies, but it's just the girls, the younger girls. So
yeah, well, thank you for bringing it up and like sharing that with us, because I feel like the more we talk about it and the more like we demand this stuff, eventually everything manifesting it's coming, we'll speak it into
and
existence.
Not just for me, but other I mean, there should be a Babysitters Club theatrical release. All the other girl books out there. Little girls should see themselves on the screen just like boys do, older girls. Everybody should be able to go to your local movie theater and see yourself, or somebody that looks like yourself up there.
And let's be real, we really didn't need another Harry Potter, just quietly.
Disney's there, but then with Disney you get the princess thing, so we want a realistic, modern day girl, in the theater, kicking butt and having fun, and so that's it. So I do have to credit Disney. Thank goodness for Disney, because if it wasn't for Disney, there's nothing, that girls could really enjoy. So we need a modern day girl.
Yes, we need you. We need your book.
Thank you.
That's it. Yes, we need you on floats at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, because I know I've seen Diary of a Wimpy Kid over there. We need to see your characters up there.
Thank you so much.
What would you say has been the best part of your journey so far?
The best part is 100% doing book signings and having the kids come up, and they're so happy and excited to meet us, and they tell us how much they love Nikki Maxwell or Chloe or Zoey or Brandon or our characters. And we try to have a diverse group of characters, so all kids all over the world even can see themselves in our books. And then even with the full color, we were making sure we had all skin colors and ethnicities and religions and all that, more so than even our original book, the full color book. We definitely made a concerted effort so that when a kid opens a book, boy or girl, they'll see somebody in our books that looks like them.
What about you, Nikki?
So I would say the same, and I really enjoy working with my mom. It's been really wonderful. I'm always so happy to see how pleased and grateful and eager our fans are, and it just really does something to my heart to know that there are dorks around the world who really need this message, and knowing that I get bullied all over again just to make sure they are encouraged and they know they are not alone, that they will get, and that it's important to stay kind and take the higher road and not become like your books.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry.
I know. I'm not gonna lie.
And then for the dedication, we changed the dedication. I've been with our literary agent Daniel Lazar for 16 years, so we dedicated the full color to him. But for this one, I dedicated it to Nikki. And then even when I read it, it touches my heart. It says, "To my daughter Nikki, who tried her hardest to be the best little ant in the ant colony, when all along she was a beautiful butterfly." And that's how a lot of kids are that are bullied. They think, they're trying to be an ant. They're trying to just fall in line. They're trying to be like everybody else. They're not like everybody else. They're a butterfly. They're not an ant. They're not an ant.
Oh my God. Now you did make me cry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so beautiful. A lot of
kids are just really special. And too, maybe if you are bullied, or maybe you have something about you, maybe it's a kindness or joy
or just excellence
for other people, or excellence, and that attracts bullies. So I'm even trying to think there's something about people that get bullied that is special.
I
There's
agree.
light. I don't know. It's just very weird because a lot of them are so sweet and so kind and so wonderful. So when we have our book signings, we get to meet all of these wonderful kids that are light. They're, I think it is that they're light.
Yeah.
Oh, that's profound. That's deeply, deeply profound and
Yeah, thank
beautiful.
you.
And I have like full body chills
Well, thank
all
you.
over. And you really can like feel your guys' love for this, these characters and for the story and for the kids that get to read it and feel seen.
Mhm.
Is there anything, because now we're getting to experience this in full color, which is
Mhm.
so exciting. Is there anything that you could tell our listeners that they can expect? Anything new maybe that they can look forward to?
We've included new artwork
Yeah.
and a lot of new scenes. The basic story is pretty much still the same, but we have some little Easter eggs in there. So there's new storylines and some new scenes and new artwork and that. So
Yay.
we
That's
have to do something
amazing.
to keep it exciting,
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that. I'm thrilled. I'm ready for my copy.
Yeah, good.
Okay, I want to ask one of our favorite questions, which is looking back at all you've accomplished, which is quite a lot.
Well,
What
thank you.
advice would you give a younger version of yourself before you started this journey?
I would tell myself to believe in myself because, like I said, you can even tell that in the end, I just thought, well, if I could get some $5,000 as a furniture, I'm good. But I wasn't thinking about, writing or I was wanting to write something wonderful, but I was not going to let myself dream that dream or have that hope because I was afraid I'd be really disappointed. So sometimes you have to just go for it. Sometimes you have to, and even say, this is my dream, this is what I want. But if it doesn't happen, I'll get over it. I'll just buy some furniture, whatever. But you have to dream big and let yourself dream big and give yourself permission to dream. That's what I would tell myself.
How about you, Nikki?
I might have done this like 10 years earlier. I think I wrote this book at 49. So I was a very, very, very late bloomer as far as starting an author career. And had I believed in myself, I might have tried it. I mean, I was writing books like in 5th grade, high school, and in college, just, stuff for relatives and family members. But I was always afraid that was because I was afraid of failure, I guess. So I would tell myself, don't be afraid of failure. And I tell other people, don't be afraid of failure. Go after your dream and do it as early as you possibly can, But it worked out.
I'd say. How about you, Nikki?
I would say, don't be afraid to be yourself, even when people are putting you down, and believe in your talents. Your talents are amazing, and people need your talent just the way it is.
And I keep thinking that the whole time, like, no wonder, like, the books are so successful because so many people are probably finding themselves in these books and feeling that it can be someone's only lifeline, having that character in a book. Because, yeah, like, unfortunately, bullies are horrible and not everyone has an environment where they get warded. You know what I mean? They get, like, choked out basically in their environments, and seeing those characters can just make you be like, yeah, I'm a butterfly, I'm not an ant.
Exactly. Yes. And in our books, the good person always wins. The kind, wonderful, loving, friendly person, caring person, sensitive person, they win, always win.
That's what we need. We need more of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I love that you said sensitive person, because the sensitive ones are often the ones that get choked out of the garden bed first. But we've got to protect them, because I truly believe that sensitivity can save the world or something.
Exactly.
So, Ed Sheeran song, "What Do I Know?" Love can save the world any moment, but what do I know? He's absolutely right.
Beautiful. Well, I see our time is whittling away. So I just want to stop and say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being you and for bringing light to this world. Yeah, you guys truly are a blessing. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the honor was ours. Honestly, Zoom will cut us off any second because I'm not on Zoom Pro.
Oh,
yeah.
If it cuts us off, have the most wonderful day. I should get this episode up in the next week or so, and I'll tag you on all the socials wherever you are. So yeah, thank you.
Very good. Yeah, thank you. Our next book, it will be out next year. We would love to come back.
Oh my God,
annually, if you'll have us.
Absolutely. It would be our honor. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Yep. Take
All right.
care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.